Today, I'm going to focus on 3 principles for healthy conflict. As you know, they come from the book of James, just one verse, and actually that verse may not be about interpersonal conflict. When you read it in context, it's not describing a conflict that anybody had. But the thing about it is that I think that there is wisdom here for what we're talking about. So I went ahead and thought, yeah, we're just gonna tackle it with these 3 in that one verse. James, for a bit of context, is the author of the book of James, and James is believed to have been Jesus's brother. James has really interesting things to say throughout the book about what true religion is, about the importance of not just hearing something, but putting it into practice so that we can actually be free from things in our life that hold us back, that keep us, bound. He talks about how to navigate trials and temptations. He warns against favoritism in our communities. He names in this chapter, in chapter 4, he names that the things that cause quarrels and fights among us, quarrels, we don't really use that word very often, fights and quarrels among us is our desires, namely when we don't get what we want. Guilty. When I don't get what I want, that doesn't always go the best. I'm guessing that as Jesus' brother, he had a pretty up-close and personal view of how Jesus navigated conflict. So when he gives helpful principles like the ones that we're taking a look at today, well, I figure, let's pay attention. Let's take a deeper look. Before getting into the passage and its principles, I think it's important to give a little bit of context about my own growing up experience with conflict. My parents split up when I was 4, maybe, so I don't have a lot of memories of them being together and navigating through conflict. After they split up, there was a good deal of chaos and toxic conflict during my growing up years. My way of dealing with that was to try and keep everyone happy, to just kind of keep the peace. I would rarely make my needs known. In fact, as I think back on it, I'm like, did I even know what my needs were? Because I was so attuned to the needs of everybody else in my family. So I was actually like the easy one. That's how folks kind of referred to me. Problems never got to me. In fact, I remember taking real pride in my mom saying about me to someone one day, nothing gets to her. Like everything just rolls off of her back. She's so easygoing. Meanwhile, I was suffering from migraines as a 7-year-old kid. So it wasn't that easy, and things didn't just roll right off my back. I grew up fearing conflict, and as I got older, I avoided it as much as possible. And I am learning to outgrow that. That's an unhealthy way of navigating conflict and relationships. It's still a challenge for me, but I am more convinced than ever that healthy conflict can lead to better relationships and deeper intimacy. And I now have tools to help navigate through when things get tough. So that's a little bit about me. So back to the passage, James 1:19, it says this, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry." We'll take the 3 points, quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to become angry, one by one.